Hello, I'm Jon Hyers, and I am searching for funding through Kickstarter for making a web series based on Doctor Who, the longest-running science fiction series of all time. It's very appealing to a lot of people, has been for 50 years, and I feel the time is right to do something similar. You can think of this as sort of a spoof, one I know I can do very well. In the rare case you think you may recognize me, I attended Gustavus Adolphus College in the mid-1980s, and I'm also very well known in the haunted house and haunted attraction scene, Halloween scene, and was a speaker at many national conventions between 1999 and 2010. I want to make this proposal as visually interesting and confident as I can. So I'm first going to tell you briefly who I am and what I do for a job in visual effects. Then I'll give you the basic concept of my proposal for the Doctor Who spoof, which I'm calling Dr. How and the End of the Universe. During this portion of my Kickstarter proposal, I'm going to randomly cut away to a slew of visual effects I recently completed, so that you can hear my words and see my work at the same time, saving you time. The visual effects clips all come from my recently completed film, Harry Murdoch and the Curse of the Grim Reaper, which is a feature-length film that I made entirely on my own dollar before I even knew Kickstarter existed. It was completed in March 2013 and is in the promotional phase right now. After this, I will show you a scene from Harry Murdoch where the character of Dr. How is first introduced in a nicely edited scene. Here you can see the actor Tim, who we plan to use. Dr. How plays a very small part in the Harry Murdoch film, and it was our discovery of this actor who plays him who literally caused me to make the decision to do Dr. How in the first place. The actress Heather, chosen to play Dr. How's companion, as well as a good example of my own filmmaking photography skills, is shown in a second scene from my 2007 film, The Haunting of North 3rd Street. Again, my name is Jon Hyers. I've been a filmmaker since 1980, a corporate video producer and green screen studio owner since 1995, with a large client list that includes 3M. And today I run a full-time stock and custom visual effects company called Jon Hyers Visual Effects, also known as Outrageous Media. I am most known for starting a trend of holiday decorating using video projectors, allowing any average person to use video projectors to create virtual reality in windows, walls, and the ground. This business started from a haunted house in 1998, and we have sold more than 200,000 DVDs to haunted houses and average consumers. My company has a growing line of DVDs numbering close to 50 right now, which sell very widespread in the United States and to at least 60 countries. I also work here and there around the world producing both special interest films and visual effects for theme attractions, including Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida, Terrors of St. Petersburg Museum in St. Petersburg, Russia, and Alnwick Castle in northern England, which is also the site for some of the Harry Potter films. I'm skilled in live action effects combined with various 3D motion softwares. Okay, that's a good summary of my skills and background in filmmaking and special effects. Let me tell you about Dr. How. Dr. How and the End of the Universe is planned to be a high-quality web series involving a lot of action and special effects. I need Kickstarter funds, first off, to get a larger studio in order to really have the right amount of space to do the job right. Clearly, there are many costs involved with such a film series. The story concept is that Dr. How, a time traveler and space traveler, travels around in what looks a lot like a spacecraft. There are a number of spoof elements compared to the original Doctor Who that I'll skip for now, but there will be a lot of humor in this show. The story picks up with Dr. How and his companion, yet unnamed, landing back on Earth to take a vacation, and finding that the Earth has been reduced to a plot of grass and trees 20 or 30 feet in diameter, floating in space, full of cataclysmic collisions and a cosmological reality that does not resemble the way the universe used to be. The web series follows Dr. How as they try to solve what has happened to the universe, because it appears to be the end of the universe. This web series is planned to be aired in reasonable 5-minute segments. I think it's a manageable length to begin with. At this point in the writing, the script plans to include, as cliché as this may be, a strange humanoid creature who continues to appear throughout the series and seems to be the cause of all the problems, causing the Doctor to investigate further. The creature in this case will end up being a spooky little magic girl with glowing eyes. Very creepy. I don't have any finished effects to show you from Dr. Howe, with the exception of a couple of test effects we're working on in our initial stages. But I can assure you from what you've seen from the Harry Murdoch clips, there will be very good visual effects. As a donator to my web series, will receive a copy of my 2013 feature-length film, Harry Murdoch and the Curse of the Grim Reaper. We will also be making DVDs and Blu-rays of Dr. Howe. Donators will also receive a hard copy when we have reached a total of 60 minutes running time, or about 12 episodes.
All right, madam, what is it you thought you saw on the street here?
I saw 2 people flying down the street going that way. One was on a broom, the other was on a chair.
A broom and a chair, you say?
Yes, they went that way till they were out of sight. I know it sounds crazy, but I know what I saw.
Let me suggest, is it possible you saw kids riding on a pickup truck filled with furniture? You know, everything being transported from house to house.
Look, Doctor Who.
How?
Do you know whose house that is?
No, who lives there?
Jon Hyers, Esquire, practicing magician. Some people say he's into black magic.
Now I see what you mean. So you think these people took off after having a friendly chat with Jon Hyers, practicing magician, and flew off down the street after tea?
Where are you from, anyway?
New York, and then London before that. Got a bit mixed up with the tongue, but not in the mind. Don't worry, I will investigate. Not believing a word of this, you understand. But I will investigate.
Events which were recorded, as it were, resulting in paranormal activity witnessed later in time.
Hello? Is someone here? Hello? Hello? Someone here? Hello?
Are you home? Let me in.
This concludes my proposal. I hope you enjoy my ideas. If you want to learn anything else about my special effects company and the work I do in special effects, please go to outrageousmedia.com and watch some of my YouTubes there. Thank you very much for your time.